G'day guys, Pete here from Ace Creative. The last video I did was using my Fujifilm X-T1 using the 27mm pancake lens, and I did a no edit challenge using the Kodachrome, or the classic chrome rather, recipe from the Fuji X website, and it turned out to be quite a popular video. So I decided to do another one. So for the last 3 weeks, again I've been using my Fuji X-T1, beautiful little camera, and I have used the Kodachrome recipe. And I'll put the details below about the Fuji X website. If you guys are Fujifilm shooters and you haven't checked it out, definitely go and do it because it's really been really helpful for me. So the last 3 weeks I've been, nearly 4 weeks actually since I made the last video, I've been taking the little camera out and trying to get some new shots. And to be honest, it was a real struggle. Because I drove miles and miles and miles to try and find not appropriate, but to find the right compositions. And I just, I liked it, but not a lot. And when I show you the photos, there are some nice ones. I need to mention that all the photos that you're about to see completely unedited. They're not even cropped. So you'll see they're rough. But I wanted to use the film recipe and I wanted just to test how it was. I realized kind of maybe week 2 or 3 through making this video that all my photos were really overexposed. And the reason why they were overexposed is I was using my sunglasses when I went out shooting. So I took these shots that I thought were great, I brought them home and threw them up in Lightroom and thought, geez, these are really overexposed. So you'll see that when you see this video, but it's part of the learning process, I suppose. So let's go and have a look. The first place I took this was to my local conservation park, which is literally just up the road. And I had an idea of some really nice landscape shots, but to be honest, it didn't work. I'll throw the first photo up. The composition's nothing special, so we never had this conversation. Fairly close to my house also is a number of car garages, and I saw this old pickup truck. I really liked, similar to the last video that I did, was the colours in this, and they're beige colours, but they work really well with the beige car and the beige building behind it. And I've been enjoying film photography, which is kind of what I've been trying to emulate, and I really like these photos. I think they work quite well. Let me know what you think in the comments. This next lot of photos I took of a drive out to the country, to the Lockyer Valley, if you know the southeast Queensland area. I went through some of the back roads and again looking for that kind of rural decay vibe. And these photos are really overexposed, and I'm really disappointed with how they turned out. Like I think I've said consistently, it's an enjoyable process, it's a frustrating process, and just a very active getting out. With a camera, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be this, it could be your phone, camera phone. Is just an enjoyable process. And even if it's for no other purpose that you're practicing. So these photos I liked, and I loved being out for a day. It was fantastic. The photos were just overexposed, and again, I'm certainly not trying to hide anything because these photos are all unedited. This next lot of photos, I found this place really by accident, which is, I suppose, how we find most of our places. Just a random house in a neighbourhood nearby, but I had a stack of old cars, an old Jaguar, had an old combi van that had been gutted out, and a pure, which I haven't seen in a while, certainly not these old late 70s, early 80 ones. So I got some photos that again I thought were nice, but still a little bit overexposy. One of the challenges I'm finding with this camera, with this setup, which I love, I adore it. It's a really, in fact I carry this camera around with me pretty much all the time. It comes with me in the car, it comes with me when I go into the office at work, when I'm out with my family. I love it. It's just such a nifty little walk around camera. Maybe that's better. Might be too close. It's such an enjoyable camera to use. It's such a fun camera to use. But having this focal length, 27mm on the APS-C, which I think is around about 40 on full frame, 40-ish, it's limiting in some ways, which isn't a bad thing. And it makes me think much more deliberately about each composition that I need to do. And in some of these situations that I've got, a zoom lens would have been so much better. I would have enjoyed, like I would have been able to do more things. But I want to be able to use the tools that I've got, and I've got some exciting news I'll share after this as well. So I enjoy this little focal length. I enjoy it, but it's challenging. I'm a big advocate of keeping things local and trying to find as much as you can in a short amount of space. And Sean Tucker, if anyone's seen his YouTube, is a big advocate for this as well. He released a video recently about keeping photos in a fairly local area. So these next set of photos I did after work, literally in the suburb just away. It's an old church and an old Volvo as well, and just trying to push myself to get new compositions and constrain things in this crop sensor, which I enjoy, and I hope you guys do too. These last few shots were taken just towards the end of lockdown recently. We had a lockdown here in the southeast Queensland, and I wanted to see how this Kodachrome filter went at night, and I like it. I like it a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, I don't like it, but it was still nice to get out. It's nice to look at some really vivid colours, some neons. It was more the act of getting out, which I liked. It was still fun, but it could have been funner. And maybe I know I was in a strange frame of mind as well. So that's the Kodachrome filter on the Fujifilm X-T1. I've really been trying to look for different music as well, guys. So if you like the music in this, there's some free resources down below. Go and check it out and give some of these creators a listen. And if you're a YouTube creator yourself, or after some stock music, go and check them out. Give these guys some support, because I really think they certainly do me a massive service by providing this content, and I really enjoy those lo-fi sounds that I've been using. Again, a big thank you to the Fuji X Weekly website. Richie's the guy there. I'll put his YouTube link down below as well, because he really, these filters or these recipes have pushed me, and I think that's what it's sometimes about, is pushing yourself for something new, and pushing yourself to think beyond what the compositions that you're used to. So yeah, go and check him out, go and check his YouTube out, and go and check his website out, especially if you're a Fujifilm kind of person, which I certainly am. I love the system. My next video will be something really different. I've never ever done any gear reviews, and I've got myself some new gear. Well, I get new gear relatively often, but I've got myself something exciting that I'm looking forward to showing you guys about. So who knows how long it will take to make this video. Maybe I might even make it today if you're lucky. It just all depends on timing. But apart from that, thanks for joining me, guys. Check out my Insta, Ace Creative Brisbane. Again, I'll put the link, so many links down below, but it's worth it. Subscribe if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. I'm certainly a small creator, and I'm really happy with what I've been doing. So if you've got any feedback for me, let me know. Apart from that, love God, love others, and take time to listen. Thanks, guys.